My mother always said love was supposed to set you free. That's not true, Chucky. I've been a prisoner of my love for you for a very long time. Now it's payback time.
Tiffany Valentine, aka Chucky's lover. She became a huge part of the franchise. For example, we got 2 movies with her that had to do with Chucky and her. Bride of Chucky was the first one that introduced Tiffany, and this movie was the beginning of their relationship together. At first, we did not really know who Tiffany was. We thought like she was an obsessed fan with Chucky because she actually did found him. You guys remember in Child's Play 3 when he got sliced up? Yeah, so the police officer actually got those parts for her, and now she had those pieces with her. She actually rebuilt them from the ground up. She also did the same ritual that brought him back as the doll still. Before Chucky actually transferred his soul into the doll, Tiffany was already part of his life, so it is difficult to see where he would be if Tiffany wasn't around, if Tiffany never met Chucky. So it's hard to not see Tiffany being part of this franchise. Bride of Chucky is definitely my favorite movie of the franchise. Of all Chucky movies, Bride of Chucky is my favorite one. So today I just want to talk to you about what I believe could have happened if Tiffany never met Chucky. Instead of Bride of Chucky, they'll just call it The Revenge of Chucky. Maybe we could have gotten something like that instead of continuing the story with Curse of Chucky. I still believe that Curse of Chucky could still work with this what if scenario. I don't think it doesn't really change as much. The book for dummies, they were actually created in 1991, so I'm guessing Chucky still did use the spell to create more of himself with the Chucky dolls. So I don't think nothing really changes with that. The code of Chucky and everything that happens with the TV series with Child's Play, with all those Chuckies running around and killing all those folks, yes, I still believe that that could still happen. I don't think nothing much really changes. Chucky still gets smarter. He gets the book and was actually able to duplicate his soul into different dolls. But without Tiffany, how would he have gotten to the cemetery, and how he would have gotten the heart of Damballa? I'm guessing what Chucky should do, instead of just killing his friend in the original movie, I believe he should keep him alive for some time, and he would have been the person to save him in supposedly Bride of Chucky movie. But we're not gonna let Bride of Chucky because Tiffany is not in this scenario, okay? So we'll just call it The Resurrection of Chucky. I think that's good. That's good enough. In my movie, The Resurrection of Chucky, it will have kind of the same storyline as for Curse of Chucky, but instead of Tiffany mailing Chucky to where Nika was, it will be his friend Eddie Caputo, and Eddie Caputo will be the one that made Chucky again. He'll be the one that made his doll body as how it looks in Bride of Chucky. I don't think Chucky would not have killed him. He would have just saved him for a bit. So let's just keep him because he's a very important character for the scenario. So Chucky will have an advantage. He will actually have a chance to actually come back to life. It will be hard for Eddie Caputo to understand him since he is a doll. I'm guessing for the first movie, he will not have actually tortured his teacher, the person that actually taught him how to do all the alchemy stuff. Maybe he has like something against him, like he's blackmailing him. I think that's what something Chucky will do. He will have something important that his teacher has. This is when Chucky actually did find the dummy book, the book for dummies. Like I said, it was created in 1981, these books, and alchemy is just something that Chucky learned from his teacher. So I do believe that his teacher would teach him about this, and that's how Chucky got to learn about the spell, about the transferring his soul into different bodies, into different dolls. In Seed of Chucky, right at the ending, we actually got to find out that Chucky did make up his mind and he just wants to stay as a doll. This is a very important scene in the franchise. He made up his mind because he feels like if he goes back to being an adult, then he feels like he's gonna get old and he's going to die anytime soon. His time will come if he remain as a human, but as a doll, he can live forever and just terrorize the people. So that important scene, I'm guessing it should come out around Curse of Chucky. I think the story between Chucky and Nika appears. I still believe that's a very important story to tell, and I don't think nothing much changes. It's just something that actually did happen on the night that Chucky became the doll. It's an important story to tell for Curse of Chucky. Like, I don't think not much really changed for Curse of Chucky other than just his friend Eddie Caputo. He was the one that transferred Chucky into that house. Nothing really much changes for that scenario. But for Cults of Chucky, I'm guessing that's when everything's more different. Maybe Eddie Caputo, he actually changes his mind and he is afraid of Chucky, and so Eddie Caputo actually betrayed Chucky now at this point. He tries to save Nika from Chucky from getting killed in the hospital, and also Chucky was able to kill him. Yeah, yeah, I do believe that Chucky will win on this scenario because he had all these dolls around him and Eddie Caputo was mismatched. All these dolls, they came to Eddie and he did not make it. They just stabbed him to death. So what will happen to John Bishop? In this scenario, I do believe that Chucky won't be able to kill John Bishop. He won't be able to kill him because he did tell him everything that he knows. So instead of killing him, Chucky actually got Eddie to kill John Bishop in this scenario because he couldn't do it himself. Now the thing is, Andy, he is still after Chucky. I do believe he still has the same doll, the one that came to visit him in Curse of Chucky right at the ending. He still has that form of doll, and I don't know, that's where I will leave it. Yes, Nika did get possessed by Chucky, just like how it was in the original canon movies. I do believe in this scenario, nothing really much changes. She still gets possessed, but instead of Tiffany being there, Eddie gets killed in this movie instead. Yeah, that's all I really came up with for this scenario. It is very hard to think what could have happened if Tiffany was never around. Tiffany is a very important character to the franchise of Chucky. Without her, things would be so different. Maybe Chucky would have been kind of the same way like Jason. That's where I'm going with this in a way. Jason, he had a nemesis as well, and that nemesis tried to kill him. Maybe something big would have happened as well with Chucky and Andy. Yeah, so that's what I got for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if y'all did, make sure to subscribe to the channel and also follow me on my social medias. Links are in the description below. As always, guys, take care to live to the fullest